Dun, dun, dun. Good evening, everybody. Tuesday night. Yes, it's Tuesday night. Have we kick-started this show? Yes, it will begin shortly. So it is beginning shortly. So I'll take that out of the way because I don't want to always show you that it's going to begin shortly. I mean, it's already begun. So how are you doing, everybody on the net? Everybody that is on the net. Where's our name? Here's our name. We'll go with AKAI first. How is everybody doing on the net tonight?
We're doing good. I'm trying to get, I'm not centered on my desk here. And I'm like, okay, it's your picture that's got me off.
Oh, yeah, wait, let me see. Yeah, it's because
I'm not centered on my picture. Somehow your picture, like, I got to like get way over here. Why is that? Technical difficulties.
Yeah. Am I okay now? Yeah.
Oh, that's fine.
So we're kicking off the show tonight, talking about different stuff. Like usual, just pure talk. What is it all about? Oh, it's about VERM and AKAI and the friends. Yeah. So we're going to be kicking this off. Welcome, everybody. Always proud to be on Tuesdays. Come to promote. Have fun with you guys and all that. Here, I'll switch you around. There we go. So now we have someone that's surely trying to figure out how to get in. Oh, no, he's there.
Did he finally figure it out?
Did you figure out how to get in?
Well, yeah,
he might still be
doing
damaged.
this show with you guys for quite a while, so I think
he might still be damaged from his speed bump incident.
No, I didn't. No, that's all.
How are you feeling, by the way?
Well,
like an old man.
Physical therapy's helped quite a bit. I'm about 99% back to where I was.
Do you need the blue pills or the yellow pills?
The red pill. Let's see how far the rabbit hole goes. Wanted to see how far that VA could take me. And guess what? They're
free from the VA.
Yeah, they scheduled me for the VA. Oh man, I got this woman. She's like girl next door in the face. She's probably our age. She's about like between, I'd say about 48 to 50.
She's single?
2 years old. No, she's married to some Navy chief. Anyways.
Okay.
But she got some, oh my God, she's got a body on her that rocks because she's a physical therapist. And then the other girl that her assistant that helps, she's like 25, 26 years old, right out of college. And she's got the dour face, like the permanent resting, what they call it?
The upside down frown, yeah.
Resting bee face. So
what's her problem?
Yeah, but I don't know. She just got that look. But she's friendly and all, but
maybe she's just got that look.
Yeah.
Some people got that look. Some people think I'm angry all the time.
Well, she just.
Oh yeah.
She's in the Navy Reserve. She's an officer in the Navy Reserve, and medical.
Tell her, rub that enlisted man's back.
Yeah.
Stretch those muscles.
Rub something on my back. But, anyways,
so it's safe to say they're not giving you pot cream.
No.
To work that stuff out.
No. She did give me her phone number.
Really?
Oh.
Are you fudging or?
Yeah. Her work phone number said, "Call me when you're ready for your next." Shit. I ain't that lucky. Anyways, no. Everything's going good. I'm back to status. Back to what do they call stable one, full duty, whatever the name is. Full duty. Yeah. No more.
Full duty with any physical limitations.
No.
Like I can't lift it up anymore because it's too
heavy.
Heavy.
Me back to work with full duty, but I got one more. Thursday's my last physical therapy appointment. Then I go back for reevaluation by the orthopedic specialist, and so I got to go over to the Naval Hospital and get that done, and then. Yeah. So, but hey, the government's paying for it all, which means that So one of the guys at work's like, yeah, that means my tax dollars. I said, well, where do you think my tax dollars are going to? I'm still paying for this shit. The government doesn't.
No doubt.
They don't make it. They have no gross domestic products, so they gotta steal the money from somewhere. I said, you want that free college education? Guess what? It's coming out of my pocket to pay for your freaking gender studies. You know,
taxes are just making me more and more mad because they're going to go up. If Trump doesn't get in and Biden stays, the tax rate's going to go up.
Yeah, but then Biden, when the people complain, Biden will just say it's Trump's fault, just like he says the border crisis. He said the other day, if this bill doesn't pass, it's Trump's fault. I know who to blame. Like,
have you been following what's going on in Canada?
No, I have honestly have no clue what's going on.
I don't know if we touched on this last time, Verm.
I realize that every time we talk about Biden and Trump, AKAI, you jump right away to Canada.
I do because
get some Trudeau
and here's why. It's because
Trump doesn't like talking about politics, so I'm going to blast him with his president.
Biden reminds me of that communist leader, prime minister that you all have in Canada. He's named Justin Trudeau. So Castro's son. Yeah, Castro's son up there is.
Yeah, but he's not as brain. At least he has all his scruples together and knows what he's talking about. But when you get your own president, Biden, in his last talk saying that he had just had a recent conversation with a French president that's been dead for 10 years.
I think I understand why most Canadians don't watch politics. Because I watched that back and forth crap on the Canadian floor, with the chairman and the, Trudeau and the majority leader or whatever they call him up there. And oh my God, I was like, is this just a smack talking fest, or are they going to actually get some work done?
Wait a second. Pause that comment. Hold on. Verm, turn to the side. Turn to each side. Let me see that haircut.
He's got the mohawk thing going on.
Yeah, he's got
that adult mohawk going on.
And now, yeah. I was gonna say with the little flare up front.
So is it long enough that you can Liberty spike it?
Yeah, I could.
He's got the little 90s. Remember they called it the rooster tail? All the girls had that little poof up front.
Hey, it works for him. Yeah. But no, Trudeau got found. The court said that his Emergencies Act was ruled unconstitutional.
Ooh.
Okay. That's a big deal. But nothing's going to happen to him. We already know that because he's a politician. He's going to get away free, just like all the politicians in the States get away when they do the same thing.
You were better to say that. All politicians.
I said all politicians.
The court ruled that they had to allow the Texas had to allow the feds to come in and cut the razor wire in that state park.
I don't think they've let them come in.
No, well, the thing is, so my, I can't say the name. I can't reveal my source. But anyways, I have relatives who are on the who are senior members of the U.S. Border Patrol, and I will tell you this: one of them who's on the southern border, the other one's up in D.C. The one on the southern border has said that basically they're like, you know what? They're making our jobs easier. We don't have enough people to spare with all the stuff to get.
The media is saying one thing, like it's this horrific battle and this, that, and the other thing, and the federal people can't get in there to do their job, and then the federal employees are like, man, that makes them all go to this one gap over here where we can sit there with our trucks and pop them as they come in.
Yep. Well, he said that what they don't say on the news is that until recently, I heard it on the radio news, is that like my relative said, like I said, I can't reveal my sources. So anyways, but he said that they'll shift. So like when they built parts of the border wall, they just shift the open parts, and then they just keep shifting. So these people are, it's where the cartels drop them off. So the cartels will and the coyotes will drop these people off at certain parts of the border where they know it's easier to get in. Now that they know, hey, these people are swimming across. They come back and say, "Oh, I can't get across because there's all this, concertina wire and razor wire set up." Well, then,
Have you seen pictures of it?
What I'm surprised is
it's all triple strand, dude. It is stacked tight too. I'm just like, these boys put it down nice.
Boxes, a lot of Connex boxes set up along there in back of that too. So they have to climb over the Connex boxes to get into the state park. But the other thing is that what do you call it? Short of them getting their hands on a Miklik and blowing the concertina wire up, that is, they just got to shift it. So they'll just, it's easier and cheaper for the cartels to say, okay, well, amigos, let's go down to here and drop you off. But what's getting me is that you got Chinese, people, not just
you got all the nationals from all the different countries coming in,
and they're all,
and we don't know who they are.
Well, here's what he should be doing. Okay, hey, if you want to let the Hispanics in, okay, is one thing, but not to vet people that are from terrorist nations or
now they're just landing on
all that stuff.
Beach.
Who? On the beach. It's supposed to be beach.
It is.
Yeah, I think they just forgot they put an S instead of a C. So you shouldn't be allowing the people. You first and foremost should be is young men coming over unaccompanied by any women or children coming into this country that are recruiting age, that are from China, Iran, and any other freaking country. Egypt. I mean, we've had them coming in across that southern border in the thousands and disappearing into the heartland.
Armed.
These are,
and disappearing into the heartland.
These are, and it's like, okay, so, and then this new bill that they came up with, which I like how the Speaker Johnson said it would be dead on arrival. He said, this is ridiculous. It gives emergency powers to the guy we're trying to impeach, the Homeland Security Secretary, to do nothing. That he's already been doing nothing to prevent all this crap. And he's like, and they're going to say that, oh, well, it's Trump's fault and the MAGA Republicans. He's like,
well, did you see the other bill that they're pressing forward with?
Month in office.
Did you see the other bill?
Yeah.
So they're sending another bill forward that basically will not allow you to train as a militia.
Yeah, I saw that. That's going to be dead on arrival. Anything the Senate
it's the fact it's the fact that they put that up there that they're telling Americans that, look, here's your Second Amendment right, which says you can form a militia and have a well-regulated trained militia, but now we're going to pass federal law that says you can't train as a militia. We're going to make that an act of terrorism. It's so vague. It's so vague. We read it. I mean, you could basically arrest the Boy Scouts for doing drill. You could arrest JRTC units in high school for doing drill. You could arrest college ROTC units for doing drill.
Mm-hmm.
Just marching around like a military unit, they could get arrested.
That right away with them too. I mean, they already are trying to take the right to can't. It's live. The wife.
Hey, you could tell this one to your wife. So one of our viewers sent in this that goes, "Hey, speed bump, looks like your wife didn't beat you up too bad."
Yeah. Let her get a few more glasses in. Anyway. She got a hold of that old red eye, and
she got a hold of that box wine where you're going to be in for it.
Yeah. No, actually, she's drinking out of the bottle tonight. I told her.
Sorry, I was trying to change that.
Straight out of the bottle. We're just bypassing the glass.
No. She has a glass, but it's bottle wine, so it's a little more. At least it's going to be a quality fight. It's not going to be like cheap.
Oh, so we got someone new on the channel. Sorry, I was looking at the back end.
Oma,
how you doing, Oma?
Yep.
Yeah. Samurai, always a pleasure.
Yeah.
Yep.
What's going on,
Sorry,
Samurai?
I was like working on the back end while you guys were talking.
Your favorite speed bump says hello, Samurai.
I'm putting together a computer today, right? I'm finally getting a new computer because mine it's on its last legs. And so I get this. I don't know if you guys can see this,
Yeah.
but that's a brand new cable out of the power supply box.
Okay. And it's
See all that
already,
metal?
It's
it doesn't
stripped.
look like it's not. It's stripped.
They when they cut these things apart to feed them in, they just shaved the wire. Thought it was going to be okay, and sent it out. That's quality control from Corsair. So just to let you know, Corsair, this is what I got from Newegg. It's a 1500 watt power supply, and I got that. But
now, did you go Corsair Gold for your PS?
I went with
Corsair Gold?
I think it's a platinum.
Platinum. I got.
Can't remember.
Mine's 1,000 watt gold Corsair. Yeah, I didn't have any.
I should send a picture off to Newegg and go, hey, fix this stuff. But I doubt it'll happen. You know what I mean?
Look! He's got to join our YouTube channel right in front of my face, so I got to kind of lean up and over.
Yeah, lean up.
Or I can dip down and be like,
Yeah.
that guy, the
We're
neighbor
asking-
on what was that show with Tim Allen? Tool Time?
Yeah.
Where he's talking behind the fence.
So it's a Corsair
Oh, yeah,
HX
so you're
1500i.
yeah. Okay.
Don't ask me why I went.
Oh yeah, I mean you go exactly, Samurai. You can go to Lowe's or Home Depot and pick up a microwave, and the shit. It can be one of the a $250 microwave lasts you 3 years and conk out. Nothing's made like it used to. I mean, but then you got houses from the 18 and 1700s still standing today that had wood pegs to hold the boards together and tongue and groove, and they're
Dude, I miss being able to buy tongue and groove board. You used to be able to buy it at the hardware, at Lowe's, and you can't get it anymore.
You know what the hardest thing, if we're going to get onto the tongue and groove carpentry side, the hardest thing I ever learned to do was to do a proper dovetail joint.
A what?
Your router,
Dovetail drawer?
your router and do the dovetail.
That's not the proper way to do it.
What well, I learned with a router, so I
You should do it with a chisel.
Chisel.
A chisel. That's the proper way to do it.
Yeah, that's old style. That's going old.
It's old school.
Yeah, I like. Oh, look, we got two VERM pictures. We got VERM by the
Yeah,
side.
I wanted to
VERM
show
by the
my
front.
hair, dude.
Dude, I'm thinking next time it needs color and it needs to be standing straight up. Red, white, and blue. Or you can do red and white since you're Canadian. But
Oh God.
Need to shave too.
do a red spike, a white spike, and a red spike.
No, but I'm test driving this because Restream now lets us put 2 cameras, and it's going to be good because at least if I have an invite, or if I have a guest here in the studio, then I can use my other camera, or if I do something else, I can use my camera again now. So I was test driving it just to see. I don't like to see my side of my head, but it's like it's a test drive. So I don't know if Omega's Oma's still there, but
He said,
where are you from, Oma?
He or she.
Just by
don't know if
curiosity,
it's
I know
he or
you're on
she.
YouTube, but where are you from?
They.
You don't have to be specific, just a general area. We're just curious.
Yeah, I'm curious. Happy to have you aboard.
But
And if you have any topics or something you want to talk about,
Samurai,
like Samurai, you talk to us.
You're completely right in your comment there about products made overseas, whether it's China, Pakistan, or Mexico. I think Mexico is even worse than China. Anything from Mexico doesn't last worth a damn. But yeah, you're right, because they it's basically sweatshop labor, slave.
well, I think part of that problem also falls on the manufacturer that ordered that, spec that material that way, at that price point.
Well, and then you go into quality control. I mean, like you pointed out there, good quality control with Corsair.
That's a brand new cable.
Yeah,
This is a brand new cable out of the box. It should not even.
It's brand new.
Yeah, it's not used. It's brand new out of the box, straight from Corsair, straight from Newegg.
I think if someone unknowingly had plugged that in and then made contact and made ground with that thing, Oh man.
Oh yeah, and it's going and it plugs into my video card.
It got a hell of a jolt.
I need 3 of these for my video card.
I only had 2 on my video card.
No,
I
but
need 3 8-pins.
What size video card you got?
I went with the ASRock Phantom
Ooh,
RX 7900 XTX,
God,
24 gig.
Hey, it's like Subrat told me years ago when
I went with the big
helping
dog.
me build and order my parts for my computer, and I was building mine, and he told me, he said, either you go big or you go home. You either do it right the first time or you don't do it at all. So why?
No, you're right. That's what you got to do.
Yeah.
You got to do that. I've been doing that for the past I don't know how many years. You don't buy the cheapest unless you don't have a budget.
I went with a AMD Ryzen 9 7950X 16 core. I decided not to go Intel because I'm tired. A lot of the AMD motherboards are an AM5 socket, right?
Yeah.
So if I want to upgrade my chip later on down the road, and there's another Ryzen 9 7000 series chip I could put on there, or that'll fit that socket, and all I got to do is update the BIOS, then I don't have to change my motherboard out. And that's the other thing. Have you looked at the price on motherboards lately?
Gosh,
motherboards are hideous.
Why do you think I bought myself a laptop? I bought a gamer laptop. I mean,
dude, it probably would have been cheaper for me to get a laptop.
Yeah, because you know I put my stats. I threw you in channel in our Discord.
Yeah.
My rig, what I got, and you could see it's a nice
rig.
It has power for a laptop.
Well, when I built mine, I made sure I included a power supply unit that was one very good that will last a long time, but also has upgradability that I can in the future add on either a more, if I want to do crossfire with the video cards or something like that. Which is
gone now.
Yeah, which is gone, but it was still existent back 2000. I built this in 2000.
Well, my system was an original Skylake 6600K or 6500K. I can't remember. So it's 10 years old.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's lasted, and it's got a 1080 Ti in it. It's got that chip in it. It has 32 gigs of RAM, which was a lot back then. Not so much now.
What do you have, an i7 with overclock ability?
No overclocking. I don't overclock them.
No, you don't. Okay. See, I got an i7, but which is nice because it has the overclock ability, which I used back when I had my 13-inch Sapphire graphics card. I think back when I got it was with a 280 series. I think it was like a 285 or something like that. Anyways, but it was nice because it gave me the ability that when COVID hit and I had to start doing some like remote work from home, that I was able to do a lot of the 3D software, and I could overclock, because that's what you want your overclock ability for, is when you get into like that 3D crap and engineering stuff, and you need that extra oomph. But the only thing I was scared of was when you overclock, and it's one thing that Subrat told me, that is anytime you overclock, you're depleting the life of not just your video card, but you're also depleting the life of your core processor. So
I'll buy the stuff that's meant to be overclocked, like processors that are meant to be overclocked, video cards that are meant to be overclocked, because I find them to be beefier and more heavy duty, and they just no issues. I played hell getting my air cooler on today. So I put an air cooler on this motherboard. This thing is massive. Massive. It's huge.
What kind do you have?
I got a Deep Cool Assassin 4, or as I like to call the Anal Assassin 4.
I got a big, you know, I had a liquid cool for a while, and then, but I had some issues with it keeping it cool when I did, you know, start overclocking. So I got air thing. It's a monster too. I you know, I gotta look and see what the hell the damn thing is. I don't remember. I picked it up.
Well, I sent you the link there, Verm, in the chat thing. But this thing's got 140 millimeter fans in it.
Oh yeah,
it is just
oh schmutz.
big.
That's a monster.
It's a monster, dude.
That's
and
bigger.
It's like 100. It's like 165 millimeters tall or something crazy. Ooh. It's huge.
Okay.
How does that fit around? How does it? Do you got to put your? Does it limit your video card?
No, the video card's below it. It sits over my memory. It sits over my memory, and you know, and looks like it'll blow cool air across my VRAM, which is nice.
$6 isn't bad for that thing, man. That's a good price.
Yeah, and it rated good on cooling that chip. It's about middle of the road of all the coolers there. It's not quite as good as an AOE, which I don't like AOEs because after a few years, they just seem to crap out. After 4 or 5 years, they just crap out. And I know there's some higher quality ones out there, but those higher quality ones are $200 to $300.
Okay.
So why wouldn't I just get a fanned one and pay a third the cost and be good? It's not like I live in, like, you know, Southern California or somewhere down south where it's hot all the time. I live in, you know, in the mountains in the north. You know, so it's even in the summer, there's like 2 weeks of the summer where you may need air conditioning here. The rest of the time it's cool. But
yeah,
that's what I went with. I was like,
I'm thinking your RAM cards, not
my RAM?
your RAM cards. Yeah,
I'll show you the RAM.
Your RAM cards still sit next to your.
Yeah, but it sits over the RAM. It's tall enough to sit over the RAM.
So you could put the RAM in first, then put that over the RAM. With the like
I had to plan mine out. So I got, man, I love this motherboard I got. I just love it.
I got Corsair. I don't have Vengeance. I got Corsair cards. But how many?
So I went with the Next motherboard, Next N7 B60. This thing is solid black. Solid black.
Did we just lose buddy?
We did.
Yeah, I'm back.
There he goes.
Back.
So
yeah,
it's a solid black motherboard. Did you get the link for the motherboard there?
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
And so I went with 64. I went with 64 gigs of RAM.
64 gigs. Okay.
Yeah, a little overkill.
Yeah,
I know. I could have got away with 32, but I put 32 in 10 years ago.
Okay.
And I've noticed that on some of these games, because I like to play a lot of indie games, and a lot of these indie games end up having like memory leakage, and you know, they're not optimized correctly, so they suck up more RAM. So I figured the more RAM I have available, that means I can run other programs in the background that will be able to take that RAM so I can stream and do all that stuff. But I went totally blacked out on this board. Corsair Vengeance, DDR5 6000 RAM. It's just gorgeous, just black, and it just says Vengeance on it.
That's cool.
The
Vengeance.
The video card, it's pretty much blacked out, except for a little RGB thing on it. But there's a switch on there. I can shut it off.
Okay.
So I'm going, and I'm putting it all into a test bench case, so that. Okay, I'm gonna. Do you know how to work your computer? I don't understand the question.
What do you know how to work your computer? Of course, I
was
know.
wondering. Okay.
Is it about the overclocking I was talking about, or?
Yeah,
or...
he's saying don't overclock your system because it
Yeah. Well, that's
shares
what
up
I
the
was.
half-life
That's
on it.
what I
Yeah.
was saying earlier. Is that's what Sobrat told me. You know, you gotta be careful about how much.
Well,
you
overclocking it does. I mean, you could do a little overclock. It's no big
Mm-hmm.
deal. But
I mean, I only used it when I saw a lag in my. But I mean, it wasn't very long. It was just enough to do the work I had to do and then get off. But I mean, you figure I never used it before and I haven't used it since. So
Okay.
I was looking at my. So I snapped my video card down onto the PCI Express, right? These video cards are so big now. I'm not joking. I'm not joking. They're like this. They're huge.
Yeah.
They're massive.
Double fan.
And triple fan.
triple fan.
Triple
That's
fan.
what I had.
Triple
The
fan.
last card I had was triple fan.
And it is here. I'll drop it in there so you can see which one I got. And the reason why I bought it all from Newegg is because Newegg was having their sale. Their like so many years in business sale. And it was cheaper for me to buy this card than it was to buy the AMD reference card. This one I can get directly from AMD. Blah, blah. And this one's the Phantom series is made for overclocking. I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to let it run like it normally is. You know, but
I mean, why do you want to overclock? You play smaller games. You don't play the big games.
I do play some of the big games, but I don't need it. And
okay.
so if I buy a 4080 or a 4070, I'm looking at anywhere between $1,800 and $1,500, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I get the 4090, those are $2,500. When I can get this card and be close enough to a 4090.
Okay.
I don't care. 30 frames is not big enough of a difference for me to go cry about when you're already doing 120.
Yeah.
I'm not going to notice the difference. Maybe there might be some ray tracing elements that might be a little better on a NVIDIA, but I only own one game that uses ray tracing.
Okay.
And that's Cyberpunk.
That's a big game.
That's a big game.
Yeah, it's a big game. I mean, it's it's like Battlefield when you play it. I keep talking about Battlefield. I'm a Battlefield fan, so I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Where I play Battlefield. They're upgrading it every time I play Battlefield. But I mean, it's a game that demands. My fans go crazy when I play a game. But my computer works now. Everything goes. I could snipe. I can do anything, and it really goes well. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And maybe I will.
Yeah.
And no, maybe I should get Battlefield now that I got a new computer.
Yeah, you should.
And
so
maybe
you can play with your buddy.
maybe it's a maybe. It's a big fat maybe.
Maybe.
Well, no, it's because every time I buy it, then shortly after there's like a big DLC that's going to cost me another $60.
I told you what to do. Just do it like me.
That's the only way to do it with EA.
Do it.
Because it's EA, right?
Then you have all games. You have any games. You're the guy who likes to play different games, so it's gonna be worth your money.
But everybody's got that service now. It's anywhere between $15 and $25 a month. So if you got all those services, you got the one for EA, you got the one for Ubisoft, you got the one for this. I mean, you got the Xbox Pass,
like Amazon.
And the next thing you know, you're spending, $50-$75 a month on these game passes.
But that's the future. That's I'm sorry. That's how it's going. That's how it's going to be. It's what? No, but it's true. That's how. What?
Somebody is saying is Steele trying to show him up his nose. He's Italian. He thinks he's better than you.
No. I was looking at something on the.
Did you hear what I said?
Yeah.
I said you're Italian and you think you're better than me.
The only ones with bigger noses are Jewish people. But anyways, I didn't say that to you.
Did you really say that?
He really said that, but it's
Hey, you're
just
talking
kind of true.
Italians, I was talking Jewish. You know, it's a physical fact of our nature. We all have big noses. And it was my you know, I always say my glasses make my nose stand out. So whatever.
Yeah,
Hey,
I just got new glasses. Well, I haven't gotten them yet. I'm waiting for them to come, but
well, you know what I say about having a big nose? The great thing is, it's more of your oxygen I get to take from you.
yeah.
I can't believe it.
Everyone wants to see that nose of mine.
I gotta find a roll of electrical tape after this is all done. It's gonna drive me nuts.
It's for your nose?
No, well, and that's the other thing too, is I'm gonna have to change out all my monitor connections, I think. Because they're all the older style.
Okay.
And this card is all HDMI, I believe. But there's 4 ports on the back of that card. That's just insane to me. 4 monitor ports.
That's why they say Italians make the best lovers. French can talk in a very. They have the sexiest. Apparently, they have the sexiest.
The baby Le Pew.
You look so beautiful.
Italians are just angry.
But us Italians, we like. The only problem is that don't get us involved in an argument. You'll never win. So yeah. So my wife found out. You know, of course Becky's Romanian, so you know.
Yeah, good luck there.
Yeah.
Oh God, you guys are crazy.
Well,
Yeah.
it's like you know, my wife comes from German Russian descent.
It's samurai. You're right, and you know what? French tanks also run good. They run good in reverse.
I have a French rifle. It's never been fired and only dropped once.
Well, you notice
Are you okay?
those
you
French
dying?
campaign hats. They always had the white linen out the back. That was so they could grab
The
it
white
down
cappies?
the hole. We surrender.
The French Legion, the French Foreign Legion, I would not say that about.
No.
The French Foreign Legion are a bunch of BAs.
Okay, well,
No. I've never personally met anyone from the French Foreign Legion or operated with them. Even
I
though
have
with the
I have
Rangers.
2 guys I know that are from the French Foreign Legion. One lives in South Africa now, and then the other one lives here in Colorado. And I'm telling you what, they take guys from all over the world, military guys from all over the world, civilians from all over the world, bad or good. They bring them in. They make them learn French.
Oh, by submerging.
I mean, everything's in French. All your training's in French. Your teammates teach you French.
okay.
You learn to speak and read and write in French.
My dad,
And
when
then-
he was in Nam,
And then the
operated-
military thing is insanely hard. It's very hard to get into the French Foreign Legion. It's very hard to pass the tests. And then when you get into the training part, if you don't make the cut, you're not getting a contract and you won't get your white cap. And so those guys that got their little white cap-y, man, hats off, total respect for them.
My dad said when he worked with them in Nam, he's like, they put the Green Berets to shame. He's like, he said, the Green Berets were some badass guys, especially with long range recon patrols and stuff. But he said, even though the French officially pulled out before after Dien Bien Phu and all that, he's like, the Foreign Legion operated constantly in and out, and they did a lot of black ops into
That's because the French Foreign Legion is not French military.
They're not. They operate.
They're basically
outside.
mercenaries.
Yeah, guns for hire.
They're state-operated mercenaries.
And he said these guys, you talking about guys that were like the real Rambos, that could live off the land, who could disappear you know, you could be in the middle of a desert. These guys would disappear, you know, from sight, and you know, they could be standing 10 feet from you and fade in with the ground, because they are that well trained in how to survive, how to adapt and overcome their surroundings, as well as how to live on next to nothing. He's like, this guy.
That is my one regret, and I wish I would have done it when I got out.
Well, he said my dad still has friends who are, you know, from the French Foreign Legion that he talks to a lot, and he said that he said that some of these guys, like this one guy, he was from Germany, and he said that he was, I guess, in trouble with the law back in the 60s, in the early 60s, and he fled to France, and his he I guess he said he couldn't reveal how he found the place, but he made his way to the where you go to report. He knocked on this door and sat outside this door, and he said it was like an old wooden door.
Yep.
He said he sits on this stone bench, and he's like, I literally sat there for 4 hours. My dad said this guy sat there for 4 hours. They finally opened the door, came and talked to him, and said, hey, this is what you're going to do. You're going to leave your family. You're going to leave everything that you do from behind. We're going to give you, you know,
They still operate that way.
You have a new name. He's like, your identity will be changed. You cannot go back to your former life. You will assume the life that we give you, and that's the life you will live until we decide that, you know,
We're done with you.
yeah. And he's like, and even he said this guy was told, even when we will set you up a place to live, but it will not, you still will not be allowed to contact anyone in your family, and so you're giving up your former life for the Legion. And so he's like, you know, he said he did it because he said he knew that the crime that he committed in Germany would have put him in jail for life. He wouldn't have seen his family anyways, except on, you know, visits. And so he was a single guy at the time. He said, screw it, let's do it.
There's a guy on YouTube right now. He's got a YouTube series, you know, about his life in the Legion and all that stuff. And he's an ex-Navy SEAL, and he got busted out of the Navy for doing something dumb, and, you know, did some work, you know, was doing some things, got in trouble, had some financial issues or something, and he was like on his last straw. So he basically sold everything, went to France with nothing, knew where to go, went and did the whole process, interviewed, got in. They put him in one of the special units in you know, the French Foreign Legion, and started doing these YouTube videos. And the French Foreign Legion did not like the fact that he was telling everybody in the world about the French Foreign Legion.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah, they're not happy with him.
Yeah,
They basically said, we'll either terminate your service or take all this YouTube crap down. And he says, well, I guess it's time to leave.
It is time to leave.
Yeah,
That's
so he left he left the Legion. But man, listening to his videos, it's like, whew, that's hardcore. I like it. That's the way the US military needs to go back to. But they said they give him that identity, but you don't get to keep that identity when you get out unless you serve way more than your first so many years. If you serve so many years, then they'll give you a French citizenship. But if you don't serve over so many years, you don't get it. And I don't know what the cutoff is.
I know from what my dad said. Now this might have changed since, you know.
It has changed. It has changed. Yeah.
Because he said it used to be if you went to combat with them, if you were actually involved in a prolonged combat situation, like the guys in Nam that operated in Nam and did black ops and things like that. He's like, you know, that was basically if you survived and you made it back, you know, you could, and I think he said it was 3 years in country. He had to do 3 years in country. And if you made it back after 3 years, you got your French citizenship, and you could keep your, the assumed identity that they gave you. It's kind of like being on what is that thing the FBI do for
Witness relocation.
protection? Yeah, witness protection. Yeah, he's like, which doesn't always work, but anyways, but yeah, it's that same sort of scenario where you're just people on run, and my dad was like, yeah, I actually almost considered doing it myself, and he goes, but I didn't want to leave your mother.
Yeah, I thought about it after I got out of the service. I thought about going over to France and enlisting in the French Foreign Legion, just because it was one of those things that I wanted to do. But but then I wouldn't have my kids today and all that stuff, So.
Yeah.
I had a buddy in the Rangers that went over there, and he actually was his parents were from France. He was an American citizen. He was born and raised here in the States, but he spoke French as a second language, like fluently. So after he got out of the after he did his 8-year commitment, and got out, and he disappeared, and he said, I'm going to the Legion, and never heard from him again. Obviously, I'm guessing he made it through, got his white hat or whatever, but I'm taking it was probably a little easier for him knowing that the language portion of it went smoothly, because he spoke French. You didn't have to worry about someone like me. I'm guessing I was never.
I think if you're over there and everybody is speaking to you in French, and you're basically forced to use French, you're going to pick it up fairly quickly. You may struggle at first, but I bet you the words will come fairly quickly.
I know I spent some time in Germany, and I picked up a few German things, like when you go to a German bar and you ask if they're good and tight, so something like that. Got me a slap or two, but sometimes you get strike lucky. No, I don't know. I've always said that, it's funny because I'm first generation American, and my parents are from overseas, and having that, I used to cuss in Italian. I mean, that when I was a kid, my mom would come and yell at me. You're not supposed to be saying that. Then she'd go after my dad.
Hey.
My dad. But
I want to take before we continue. I'm sorry, guys. I just want to
go bet in there
to let our YouTube fans and all our other platforms come and see our new website. Just to let you know.
vermlandradio.com.
Yeah, vermlandradio.com. If you come and join our website,
which will redirect you to Leap
Verms
Productions.
It's in French. So. But we do have when you hit the Vermland Radio, it goes to the web page now, by the way. Okay. It goes directly to the web page.
Yeah.
So come and join us, because there's an objective in the system. We got to get about 250 visits per month. If you guys can support and help us out and give us some visits, come and throw it out. Come join our YouTube channel to help us out. You know how
it is. Like and subscribe. If you're on a platform and it's got a like or subscribe button, please hit that like or subscribe button, because it helps us out. So and please leave a comment.
And leave a comment. You'll be able to see also what DJ Verm does in his rodeos, because there's rodeo pictures. I know, AKAI, you surely haven't seen the website lately, because I did put a couple of
I have seen the website, but it hasn't been in the last couple weeks.
Okay, so it's been updated again. And we're going to be updating the version of Vermland Radio, because I do want to have more pictures of us. A little bit the same way you're going to see on the one from Verms.
So this is a good picture for this guy right here, because you can see his bald stop on the top of his head.
And I should take it right now,
My monk's cap. Come on.
It's getting a little thin up there, buddy.
Yeah,
I just
yeah,
wanted
it's what
to shout
happens
it
when
out.
we get
Come and support us. Come and help us. Come and put some channel. Hey, Ragnar.
Hey, I'm gonna steal some of that hair off Verms' head and put it on mine. He's got enough to go around.
How do they count the visits? Is it with a counter in the bottom?
Well, there's a counter at the bottom, but in the back end of my website,
Bottom.
in the administration
Bottom.
part, I see it. I see exactly the amount of people that log in. And that's what they keep challenging us all the time. They keep saying, and come and join our, you can subscribe to our webpage. And, AKAI will start sending some emails out to everybody. One day.
Yeah, I will. Hi.
One day when I show them how. We get a lot of news from
250, he said. He needs 250 visits at least.
Yeah. Well, every time we visit the page, it's.
Are you setting up a bot? That's what I want to know, Ragnar. Are you setting up a bot to hit this poor man's website?
Yeah, he should set a bot to give us more people on our websites all over. Yeah, no, but I mean, it does help us out. I mean, we're not.
How much does Google pay us per visit?
See, we're at the moment we're at 47. I could show you if you guys want me to show you. Do I have something?
So if Google's paying us so many cents per visit, then maybe what we should do is do you have a favorite charity, and then we should donate some of that money to that charity.
No, but that's what we want to do, because it's not only to make money. It's not even to make money. It's a question of paying the bills. And you know what? Akai's right. I mean, if we can get more people coming to see our show and stuff like that, even help us out or become part of the show also. That's a good idea what you just said. Throw some money.
We can donate to a men's home.
Or since we're all men's, cancer,
prostate cancer, men's mental health, men's suicide.
We're all getting at that age for the prostate, so we should put that. But yeah, we're gonna upgrade even more. And
I'm gonna go over and check Ranger here in a little bit.
Yeah, let us
just
know.
like this, Ranger. Exactly. Ranger, bend over. I'm gonna check that prostate.
Yeah.
If you hear a zipper, don't worry.
Someone already joined up. It's a time.
Well, the funny thing was I had a prostate exam not too long ago. If we're going to get into that subject, and I'll tell you
I have big fingers.
Oh man, it was.
It's terrible. It's the worst thing in the world.
I will tell you what. That was the worst dentist I've ever been to. So
the worst dentist. Oh, I got a joke for you guys. So, this may be a little crass for some, but it's awesome. How do you treat somebody with mesothelioma? Anything?
I don't know.
Asbestos as you can.
Asbestos. Oh, you're horrible.
So
somebody's gonna write in and say, that's cruel. My mom died of that.
So before you say anything, the gentleman that told me this joke, first preface, it goes, I'm dying from mesothelioma. And we were sitting in the doctor's office, and my son was pounding away on his little iPad or something. He goes, Dad, I found a joke. You want to hear it? And that was the joke he told his dad. And he's been fighting the mesothelioma. He's kind of a rare case. He's actually gone a couple years now with it, but he's in all kinds of treatments and everything like that. But he goes, look, if you can't make fun of it, then just crawl up in a ball and die. Yeah, he's just like, you just got to keep going.
That's they say the 4 phases of grief, and then the last phase is acceptance, and when you accept the fact that
that must be right.
You can go that route, whatever helps you. I mean, like my son asked me, "Aren't you ever afraid of dying?" And I looked at him. I said, "God's determined that already."
Oh dear Lord, I don't know if this is going to be safe for on air, but Samurai's goes. I got a joke too. What does a pizza man and a gynecologist have in common, or having common with?
I don't know.
Having common with. Have in common with. What's the punchline? What's the punchline? That's what we want to know. Maybe he's still typing. My dog's doing the hork in the back. I can hear her horking. She's been horking for like 2 days straight.
Ragnar goes, you told me that you wanted me to visit. That's what I'm doing. I'm visiting.
It's a little. I think it's on the hinky side. This might be not kosher enough.
I kind of want to know what the punchline is now. What's the punchline? Yeah. We're going to be hanging on till next week. I mean, is that what we're going for here?
Oh yeah,
He's drawing it out for the suspense.
Hold on, guys. We got a new addition. We got a new addition to the household. My wife brought home.
Did you go and snag the kitty?
The little kitten. Her name is Nala, and like from the Lion King, and she's a ball of energy that chases everybody around. Just like Nala.
They can smell it, but they can't eat it.
It's That's
the punchline.
They can smell it, but they can't eat it. What is the guy? Oh, because the gynecologist can smell it, but they...
Oh man! Tell your wife that one real quick. See what she thinks.
Hey, babe. She's out on the deck. Hey, what does a pizza and a gynecologist have in common?
The pizza man.
The pizza man and the gynecologist have in common. They can smell it, but they can't eat it.
Oh.
She's laughing.
She's laughing? Okay. Say it's not that bad then, I guess.
Horrible.
She's probably shaking her head, walking back to her chair.
She's sitting in her chair going like this. I can see her out the door. And barely out the door. Got these like new deck lights. They're all solar powered. We're trying to green, I guess. I don't know. But I mean, the LED ones are really bright, but the older ones are kind of like you can barely see with them. Trying to replace them a little bit at a time because they're expensive shit.
Yeah, I used to go get those ones from Harbor Freight. Mm-hmm. They last 2 years and then they're just awesome. But they're cheap enough you can and I don't have to worry about people stealing them. Because you get some of these nice ones, they're $20-$30 a pop.
Oh,
and then what's going on there? Traffic overview.
What are we doing?
No, because Ragnar was on the site, so I'm just letting him know how this is what I see in the back end.
Okay.
So I get all the traffic, 47 unique visitors. So every time someone pops back in, he becomes a unique visitor. And then you got the site session. So how many people? So we're up at 139%. Just so, it's so funny, I get all these statistics, and yeah, it's really great. Well, thank you again, Ragnar, for joining. I just wanted to show you.
No, hey, Samurai. My wife is a very down to earth woman. She doesn't get easily upset by stuff like that. She's
just you.
You know one thing.
She's the military humor.
But I've realized that we are, we're broadcasting for sure worldwide, but a lot of people have been coming from different countries now on our website, and it's Australia, Pakistan, India. They're going to be hacking me not too long. That's different. But I mean, China and France and stuff like that. So it's like really, it's show me.
Is there any Italy in there? Anyone from Italy?
Nobody wants to see you.
United Kingdom, and then Iraq.
Iraq.
Someone that came from Iraq come and see us.
Okay.
Yeah. Do they have internet?
Yes, they have internet.
It's all state run. Yeah, the Iraq's all state run internet.
Is there, just by curiosity, and this is me being stupid, is there still a base, an American base in Iraq?
Oh yeah, we got like thousands of troops over there.
In Iraq?
Yeah.
Yeah, in Iraq.
Yeah, we got permanent.
Okay, so maybe it must be an American.
We got American. We got reservists in Jordan that just got taken out by a drone strike. 3 of them.
Yeah.
Hey, did they? I heard they took away Biden's watch, so as the caskets went by, he would have. Like you did with the 13 that came back after the Afghan pulled out.
Yep. I don't.
Oh,
They said no
That
more
was so
watches.
screwed up.
You're not allowed to look at
Ragnar, when you went to see the website, did you see all the little videos of the stuff that we're doing with the Cowboys and all that? Because I got moving videos now at the website.
Oma
I added
says,
that.
is it Oma or Ama?
Ama.
Oma, I think.
Oma.
Oma.
That calls for another glass of wine. Okay.
Oh, that's good. Another glass of wine. I just took 3 today.
I do like wine, but it's
That's why
too
I'm
red.
happier.
Toast to Ragnar from
Thank
a
you, sir.
empty glass.
Hey, Ragnar. Yes, it is. I changed it up, and then I'm going to be working on the Vermland Radio side of things also, because we do have our home pages that me and AKAI decided that we unite everything together. Cuts the costs.
Mm-hmm.
I still like the pictures I took of you, AKAI. Because when you go on the Vermland Radio webpage, you're laughing your head off.
Oh, I got this.
But I gotta change that too. Gotta work on it. I need someone that would be good to build up a website. That'd be better. I'm doing this. It's all me doing everything in the back end.
Let's see.
Are you on the website? Okay.
I did go to the website. I did.
Okay.
So I could do my part. But
Yeah, I remember. Yeah. Oh, by the way.
I think I'm gonna go have a whiskey.
Yeah, that's next. I'm gonna have to
Yep.
make you
I
taste
think
that
it's
Canadian
whiskey. Maybe that's what we should do. We should have a whiskey night.
Yeah, can I
Ooh,
do a virtual
that'd be
background? Let me see here.
So, before we close up the show,
That's my brother behind me. What you can see.
what's that?
That's my youngest brother.
Okay, I was wondering.
There we go. We'll put the fire behind me. How about that?
We were talking about maybe going on Mixcloud. Did you
We
go
were
see
talking
Mixcloud?
about doing Mixcloud. I have
You know
not
what?
really. What?
Well, technically, that would help us broadcast our shows live because it does pay royalty. I went through it, and I talked to a couple of DJs that are on it, and it's really professionally made for DJs. And
Okay.
it counts the music that we use. So we could broadcast live now. And we can even do it on Restream, like broadcast it. Like we're doing our show. Instead of doing it on a radio station, we could do it on that. And people could come and see us live.
Yeah, we'll have to play with that idea for sure.
And it costs cheaper. But I mean, not that I want to cut out SoundCloud, but I mean, we can use both platforms. The one that's, and then we'll see which one is better later on.
Hey, check this out. Look at my background. I got a fire truck going here. It looks like I'm on a reporting from the scene of a house fire right now.
Yeah. So the one he's playing around with his backgrounds. So the one thing that I do want to know, AKAI, is are people ready to want to come and listen to our old radio shows that we used to have?
We could start with those and see if it drums up any interest for sure. Yeah.
Because me and you, we always wanted to go back to radio. But since
I do want to go back to radio. I just can't afford it right now.
Yeah, but that's it. I mean, I pay an extra one, it's about 139. I pay an extra 139, but I mean, I can't put 1,000,
Yeah, it's not for the next 3 years.
Yeah. Unless we get lucky and then we start getting donations.
I'm land poor.
No, but I mean, it's not a question just of being poor. It's a question that,
Well, I bought some land and it really cut into my budget.
So we're at that time, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. And people, if you're interested in seeing us do our live shows that we used to do in the past when we were on Live 365, and you'd like to see us stream them, let us know. Let us know, because I think we'd have to change platform for streaming, because we have to have a platform where we pay royalties.
Yes, because the artists need to get paid for their work.
Yeah. And that's it. So we're looking through that to try to do that. Give us a comment on our YouTube to say, hey, we'd like to see your show. We'd like to, and stuff like that. And me and AKAI might kick it off. And maybe one day we'll get what's his name, Speed Bump, to have his show. Hey, that would be good. The Speed Bump Day.
He's not happy about Speed Bump. He's trying to be all serious. He's trying to be all serious. But you see that Italian smile there, smirking out from underneath. He's going, "You pricks!
Don't worry, I'm raised with Italian people.
Don't worry, I'm gonna call some fellas, and they're gonna go work you over the base slope back."
I'm gonna stick this big fat cat on you. That's a cat of abundance.
Thank you very much. Have a nice one. See each other all on Tuesday.
Be blessed. Go buy some swag.
Yeah, go buy some swag. Have a nice one, baby.